Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the NECA Aliens Genocide 2-pack. That's right, based on a comic book storyline and featuring a bright red Xenomorph figure, this new 2-pack comes complete with two of those most recent 30 points of articulation Xenomorph warrior figures, all right there in one beautiful box. So let's take a look at these guys. As you can see, they come in the same style clamshell packaging that we've seen most of NECA's figures come inside of, with a beautiful illustrated background behind them. The back of the packaging gives you some images of the cool Xenomorph warrior figures in battle with each other, and a description of the genocide storyline. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at these two figures outside of the packaging. Now, as I mentioned, these particular figures are the exact same Xenomorph warrior that we already saw in the recent Aliens line, but this time around they're just repainted in these new colors. First and foremost, let's go ahead and take a look at this bright red alien. It seems a little strange having a bright red alien, but I gotta say, I really love the look of this guy. There's just something really cool about having a blood red colored alien figure. I absolutely love the detail on these guys. Now, I did already take a look at the first release of the Xenomorph warrior in the Aliens line there, and it is that same figure, but still is just amazing looking at all of the sculpted details. The exoskeleton look of the Xenomorph is beautifully captured on this action figure, and you can see that that bright red paint job has got some nice black washing on there that really helps to bring out all of those sculpted details. Also, the red parts are kind of like this glossy finish on there, so it almost looks like the alien is very slimy. The second Xenomorph in the packaging is again the exact same figure, but he's done with a much more black color scheme. The one that was released single-carded in the Aliens line had a little bit of a brown tint to it, where this one here is much more of a black color, and again has some really nice highlights on there, and that glossy finish that just gives them that really kind of slimy, almost reptilian look. I actually really like the black color on this particular Xenomorph, much more than the brown that was on the single-carded release. So this right here is almost worth the price of the package alone, in my opinion. Now, if you haven't seen these new Xenomorphs from NECA yet, be prepared to have your mind blown. These guys feature 30 points of articulation, making these the most posable alien figures from NECA yet. So let's take a look here. The head are on a joint, allowing them to kind of turn their heads both left and right and slightly up and down, though it is worth noting that the shape of the head does hinder the movement slightly. You got ball joints at the shoulders there, so the arms can go outwards, forwards, backwards, swivels at the bicep, swivel above the elbow as well as a standard elbow joint there. You got swivels at the wrist as well as hinge joints at the wrist. The torso's on a nice little ball joint there, so it kind of rocks around, twists back and forth. You got nice hinge joints at the thighs, so the legs can go outwards, forwards, and backwards, as well as kind of swivel on the ball joint there. You got double joints at the knee, so you get great flexibility there. And then the ankles are on a joint, allowing the foot to kind of move side to side and rock a little bit, as well as a nice joint at the toes. Then spinning him around on the back comes to his tail, which has got that really cool kind of bendy articulation in there. It's really well done because the tail really holds its shape, so you can get some different poses on there, really kind of wind that tail around, bend it, point it all the way straight outwards. You can get some really great poses, and the tail does a great job of holding its shape. And then bringing back around to the head there, you'll also notice that the mandible jaw is articulated, so you can open and close his mouth. And there's some really great details on the sides of the mouth there that just looks completely gruesome. And even the inner mouth is able to pull out, so you can have him jutting out that inner mouth when his jaw is open. So lots of great articulation on these guys, so you can really pull off some incredible poses. And these guys are also massive in size. They stand about 9 inches tall when you've got them standing straight up, so they will tower over your poor human figures. I was a big fan of the Xenomorph warrior and the Aliens line from NECA, so I was extremely excited about this 2-pack. And I really do like that funky, brightly colored red one. I think it's a really cool addition to the line, and adding these guys along with the standard release of the Xenomorph really gives you the opportunity to kind of build up an army of different Xenomorph warriors on your shelf. Or, of course, you can have them dueling it out with each other or hunting down your poor humans. Game over, man. The Aliens Genocide 2-pack from NECA Toys is hitting store shelves right now, so happy haunting! And until next time.